kilometers of canal. Amsterdam is known for being friendly, open-minded, and progressive. It's a popular place to visit and do business. Just think, in a population of only 800,000 people, you can meet 170 different nationalities.
This area's rich history adds a sparkle that's never far below the surface. During the 17th century, Amsterdam shone especially bright, like gold. This golden age was an extraordinary time. Politics, art, and business all reached new levels of sophistication. Dutch shipbuilders revolutionized sailing. Amsterdam boasted a thriving stock exchange, and painters like Rembrandt and Vermeer produced remarkable art.
Let's take a step back in time, a big pumps to get rid of unwanted water. And they've done an amazing and ingenious job of it. When it comes to controlling sea levels, the Netherlands takes the lead worldwide.
Is from here. This early 20th century building is considered to be the first true example of the Amsterdam School style of architecture. The front of the building is impressively adorned with statues of Neptune, his wife, and 4 figures that represent the points of the compass. The building is decorated inside and out with all kinds of nautical wharves, and warehouses from attack. From here, Dutch soldiers armed with longbows, crossbows, and early firearms called arquebuses kept watch over the wide expanses below.
The tower's white spire and clocks were added a century later. They were designed by Hendrik de Keyser, an architect whose work can be seen around Amsterdam, and who you're certain to hear more about on this cruise. The clocks couldn't keep time, and the tower's bells rang out randomly, so locals gave it the nickname Silly Jack.
Not long after the spire and clocks were added, the tower began to list to one side. With some effort, it was pulled to rights. You might be wondering why so many buildings in the city tip to one side or the other. The ground in Amsterdam, a mix of peat, sand, and soil, is very soft. Because of this, buildings were generally designed to be as light as possible. None were very tall, and they often had lots of windows. For stability, they were built on a bed of wooden piles driven as deep as 15 meters, that's 45 feet, into the ground. But if these piles were exposed to the air, they began to rot, and the buildings they supported sank and shifted. Today, water levels in and around the city are carefully controlled to minimize rotting. When in the 19th century, it served as a defense canal. All the city's canals served one or more of these functions, as a transportation route, a line of defense, or a way to manage water levels. The Eau de Change because of its cargo.
Классно. Тебе бы тут очень понравилось, мне кажется. Ну и
We're now approaching the Waterloo Plain. It's located adjacent to the City Hall, the large red brick building. The original Waterloo Plain was an island built in the 17th century to create a space for Jewish settlers. At the time, it was called Fluyenberg, for Flooding Island. Over time, the name morphed into Floyenberg, for Flea Island, and the bustling market held here was called the Flea Market.
For centuries, Jewish traders sold their wares here. The market continues to operate and is now known as the largest flea market in the Netherlands.
Амстердам. Резко 1956. Франция. А мы назад на баране? Мы назад на баране ехать? Или дальше идти? Подожди, это он. Это он круг? Просто похожие часы видели. Похожие. Почти. Где? Не. А, вон, да. Вот что.
Look at the group of very crooked houses. We affectionately refer to them as the dancing houses because they look like they're tilting and swaying to some happy tune. These buildings
Сейчас еще попробую. Может, еще назад будем крутить. Тут звуки, потому что фото. Знаешь, как я всегда изображала звуки того, как я типа фоткаю? Наверное, лучший фотоаппарат. Класс. А вон итальянский флаг на нем висит. Флаг родины Саманты. Класс, как будто реально грибы. Чем так сделали? О, там флаг.
We're now on the Amstel River. The round, white-faced building you see next to the City Hall is the Muziek Theater, or Music Theater. It's home to the Dutch Opera, known for its daring productions. The Holland Symphony have strong opinions. This piece of architecture was met with heavy protests that have since simmered down. In fact, that's how it got its name, Stopera. It's derived from the movement against the construction, Stop the Opera.